This is Transformers Dark of the Moon Voyager class Sentinel Prime. The figure is part of the third wave of Voyager class figures for the Dark of the Moon toy line. I have him here holding his, well, the box says it's a fusion cannon. I thought only Megatron had a fusion cannon, and if you've seen the movie, which I can't imagine any Transformer fan who hasn't seen it, you know that his gun, you know what his gun does, and you know what he did to poor old Ironhide. It sort of looked like a rust cannon. It was a cannon that caused something to rust or just disintegrate. Not entirely sure, but anyway, we'll take it out. It says it's a gun that converts into a fusion cannon. The MechTech gimmick is when you push this button, it it turns it into a bigger gun. You can lock it like that, and you can hold a bigger gun and shoot Ironhide again in the back. I relinquish you, or I relieve you of your duty. Anyway, so that's Sentinel Prime. I have him a little bit backlit, so you could see clearly his well, not clearly, but you could see a little bit his light piping. Yep, that's light piping. Very, very cool. Very awesome light piping. One of the good things going for this figure. The figure has shrunk in, well, not the figure itself, but the Voyager scale of the Movieverse or Dark of the Moon toy line has shrunk a little bit. As you can see, here is a regular size deluxe. This is my dusty Hunt for the Decepticons Ironhide. And if you want to compare him with this leader class version, let me just get things out of the way. There you go. This version of Sentinel Prime obviously does not have a shield and a sword, and he's just, compared to his leader class version, he just looks so small. It's like half the size. So he's a very small Voyager class figure. As of this video, I don't have the Voyager class Ironhide from Dark of the Moon. I'm still waiting for the Wave 4 Ironhide, the repainted version in red and black. So yeah, I'll probably get that one first before getting the first version, the black version of Ironhide. But anyway, so very, very small. You know, it's a little bit of a small Voyager class figure. But anyway. Still pretty cool. Okay. Alright. I picked up this figure at R Toys in Green Hills. And I picked it up together with the redecoed Optimus Prime, the Fireburst, I think, or Flame Blast, whatever, Optimus Prime, the one with the gun axe, which I'll be doing a review also soon. So very, very cool, despite being a little bit diminutive. It's still a pretty cool figure. Still as accurate as can be to how he looked like in the movie. And amazingly, he's pretty stable, despite having this backpack of a cape and having very small, well, feet. It looks like he's on high heels. There is molding enough to give him great stability in robot mode, and you can do all sorts of poses with him, and he'll still stand very well. So that's pretty cool. Articulation wise, yeah, in this position I wanted to mention that the crotch area is more poignant in that his millennia-old schlong or noodle is really sticking out more prominently in robot mode as compared to the leader class. So what's really bothering me is that the torso is a little bit shorter on this one compared to the leader class. I'm not sure. I'm sorry I have to keep coming back to the leader class, but it does feel a little bit shrunken. That's why the proportions are a little bit off for me. Oops. Hence the funny looking Sentinel Prime. But anyway, that's that. Articulation wise, he's got a swivel neck, no waist or torso articulation. He's got a swivel shoulder that has another joint here that allows the arms to go in and out. It's got a hinge elbow and no swivel wrist. That would have been nice. It would have been a nice feature to have a swivel wrist, but they didn't put that. No idea why. He's got a ball hinge hip that has a ratcheting outward joint, ball hinge knees, and a hinge ankle. So that's pretty cool. So very, very nice. Okay, so that's robot mode. Very cool. Judging it in its robot mode, if you're still deciding which Sentinel Prime to get, leader class or this one, the more definitive version is the leader class, obviously, and in my opinion. But if you think it's too big, you have limited shelf space, and you want a smaller Sentinel Prime to fit on your shelf, then this is the figure for you. Okay, so there. Anyway, so let's transform him. Transformation of this figure was a little bit testy for me. I had a little bit of trouble figuring out how the chest transformed. I tried reading the instructions. They were okay. I had already demolished the instructions before shooting this video, so I can't show you how I crushed the instructions. It was a little bit helpful at times, but most often not. I had to figure out a lot of things on my own. So, transform him. What you want to do is, here's how I do it. Well, let's just do it how the instructions tells you to do it. Detach the backpack, open it up. I go ahead and open up everything. The instructions delay opening up the windshield and the bumper, but let's open it up all together. Yeah, just like that. We'll fix the back later. Then what you want to do is untab the arms. Sorry. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm lost. How did the instructions do it? Okay, back down here. Yeah, it's like a two-step process, 2, 3, 4-step process, something like that. Okay, and then why don't we just go ahead and fix the back part first. The fists, go ahead and tab them here at the back, something like that. They're a little bit bent. They should be a little bit bent, not straight entirely. The elbows should bend backwards a little bit in the opposite direction. So it's like that. Okay, feet, go ahead and rotate the knees. Flip these up. Flip the feet backwards, flip the heel spurs inward, and then tab these plates in, like that. And then just tab the feet together, and they sort of bend this way. Okay. Alright, and then here was the complicated part. Go ahead and move the wheels back. Excuse me. You're supposed to push the chest plate down, and it's supposed to push down the head. Bring down the head, sorry. It's not happening right now. Oh, there we go. And I didn't push it all the way down. You're supposed to push it up to the point that his head gets submerged inside his chest. Otherwise, you'll have a ton of problems. Oh, for crying out loud. Then rotate it here. If you don't do that, if you don't submerge it all the way in, once you transform the wheels, like so, this part is going to hit the wheel, and you're not going to have a free rolling wheel, which was my problem. It took me a while to figure it out, but you had to push it all the way in. So just a bit of advice to all you guys who are having trouble with this, especially to parents who are actually helping their kids transform this particular figure. That's going to be, that's a very crucial piece of transformation that you want to look out for. Okay, now that you've done that, all that's left is really just trying to align the back part with the rest of the body, and just snap it like that. Come on now. It's supposed to snap in. Oh, okay. Let's do this. Okay, come on now. There we go. Just snap the back part first on the feet, and then you can go ahead and snap the front part like that. Oh, it doesn't snap in. It just goes down. Oh, I didn't notice this one. I think there's a. What the hell is this? Oh, okay. There's a mini attachment where you attach the hose. That's pretty cool. I didn't notice that. Put more light. Close the panels. And then tab them in here up front. There's no tabs anywhere here. I don't think so. Yep, nothing. Okay. And then the railing. Put it up. Oh, sorry. Forgot to put up these pieces. Okay. And there is Voyager class Dark of the Moon Sentinel Prime in his Rosenbauer 6x6 fire truck. Alt mode. It's pretty cool, very accurate as a leader class figure. He even has a clear windshield. It's just nothing underneath though, very hollow. Yeah, that's the bit of a drawback there, but hey, I guess it would be too much to put some seats in it. Let's fold this thing back. And then the MechTech weapon. I don't see any other MechTech ports on the figure itself. The rest of the MechTech ports are here on the weapon itself. There are 2 of them here. And the port actually, well, it's supposed to tab in here, but before you do that, there's a notch there where you put this peg in. You have to attach this assembly right here onto this ratcheting joint right there. And then this peg just attaches here and goes like that. It'll allow you to raise and rotate the boom arm. This is supposed to be the boom, there's supposed to be like a ladder, an extendable ladder of the fire truck with a basket. This part looks like it, but this part does not. I'm not sure what it is. Even in alt mode, you can activate the MechTech weapon by pushing this button. Excuse me. And then you can twist it just like that. That's pretty cool. It's supposed to be a fusion cannon, but it doesn't look a lot like it. Well, at certain angles, it does look like a cannon. But this portion right here kind of reminds me of the pillars that Sentinel Prime had, the controlling pillar and the rest of the pillars that made the space bridge. Just this part, for some reason, or it's just me. Anyway, so that's that. You can rotate. You can shoot Autobots and Decepticons if you wish. And then just to put it back together, just not unscrew, just rotate the tab a bit and it goes back. Now, for some of you who haven't figured it out, there are some notches right there, or some clips, that when you misalign it, you're never going to be able to activate the feature. So sometimes on the box, when you're trying to poke it, the try me hole, and you say, "Ah, man, this thing doesn't work," and you try to look for more Sentinel Prime figures that are on the shelf, and you find that everything does not work. It's really just, that the MechTech knob or button is just rotated obliquely, or misaligned, I should say. That's why it's not working. So all you have to do, if you can, reach into the try me hole and just twist it a bit, and then you'll be able to see if the MechTech weapon does work indeed. So there. Just a bit of a tip, you know, because I found out the hard way. I was looking through several Sentinel Prime figures in the mall after I bought this guy, and I said, hey, some of them actually don't work. And I was like, before I opened him up, I was like, oh, these things are defective. And then when I opened him up, before I did this review, obviously, I realized my error. So there. Just rotate it, and then it'll go back. Okay, so that's that. Pretty cool, pretty neat. It's a smaller version of Sentinel Prime. Definitely nothing compared to the Leader class. Leader class is way better, except this one has a faction symbol. The Leader class does not. Strangely enough, I don't think the Leader class has a faction symbol. I've been looking for it for a long time right now, ever since I did a review on it. Yep, no faction symbol on Sentinel Prime. That should have been a hint for us. But this one has the Autobot symbol scratched off, so that's pretty interesting. A lot of good things about this, some bad things about it, but overall, I like this figure. You know, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I wouldn't go as low as 7, maybe a 7.5, but it's a good 8 out of 10 for me. And it's a great addition to my figure. Didn't look great. It didn't look too great in packaging. I thought, you know, it was too small at first. I really didn't think too much of it, but I wanted a Voyager class Sentinel Prime. I wanted something to pair up with my Voyager class Optimus Prime, and went ahead and picked it up. And I was not disappointed. So very, very cool. Give this guy a second chance. If you're judging him too quickly in packaging or in reviews that have been done on this figure, he's great. Not the best Sentinel Prime. Again, I'm going to say it again. But if you can only get one, get the Leader class. But this one is not a bad thing. And especially for collectors out there or completists, this is a great addition to your Dark of the Moon collection. So there you go, folks. My uber extended, yet again, long review of a Transformers figure. If you want to know my latest toy purchase and upcoming reviews, please follow me on Twitter at www.twitter.com/fxfranz. Transformers Dark of the Moon Voyager class Sentinel Prime. Thanks for watching.